peeps, welcome back to Elysian the Great, and as always, this is Elysian, the voice of Mother Nature. So, Mother Nature sounded her alarm and she was like, "Wheel, wheel," and you didn't listen. So, listen to what she has to say now. That's the sound of Mother Nature today. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about the revenge of the animals. Mother Nature has decided to send her animals to revenge on us human beings who've decided to make our livelihood of waking up in the morning, having breakfast, taking a shower, and embarking on killing wildlife. So it's about time the animals show us that Mother Nature means business. Oh, welcome back to Listen the Great, and today we are having another BBI with Mother Nature, and the subtopic of our video is the locust invasion in East Africa, at the same time, the revenge of the animals. So we're going to have a little biology class, and let's think about the food chain. We human beings happen to find ourselves at the top of the food chain, and we know at the bottom of the food chains are the plants. In the middle, we have the primary consumers, that is mainly the herbivores, the insects, and then we have the consumers, which I fall into categories, the secondary consumers and the tertiary consumers. Secondary consumers eat herbivores, and the tertiary consumers eat other carnivores. So what is going on? We human beings have made it our responsibility, due to lack of activity, to explore our environment. That used to be the word that we used to use a long time ago, that we are exploring our environment. And this is what made us move into the habitats of the animals and slowly by slowly kick these animals off their own homes. Now today, it's not called exploration, it's called modernization. So slowly by slowly, we are kicking the animals from their habitats, and I don't know where we want them to go. It's very interesting. I'm like, where do you want them to go? So let's just think about the locust invasion in East Africa. So what happens is that if there is no vegetation, the locusts always tend to leave behind eggs, and these eggs can remain dormant in that environment for up to 20 years, waiting for the time the vegetation will sprout, then the eggs will hatch. When the eggs hatch, they're called hoppers because they cannot fly, and in 4 weeks, these hoppers become full-grown locusts. So what happens is that when the locusts invade on a particular vegetation, they feed till there's nothing left. It is the work of the adult locust to let out some, pheromones to alert the other locusts that this vegetation is running out, it's time we move on. So let me tell you, these locusts, especially the desert locusts that actually are affecting East Africa, they are affecting the northern side of East Africa, and they are going to move to other regions. Let me not just lie, because these locusts are really smart. They are the perfect GPS trackers. That's what I would call them. The locusts do not travel just on their own. They follow the wind. They don't want to use up their energy. An adult locust consumes every single day. Each locust consumes its full body weight. And when it's a whole plague or a whole swarm of locusts, they can consume up to 100 million tons of vegetation each day, and they'll travel like 130 kilometers daily. Can you even see how drastic that is? So when the vegetation runs out, the locusts will follow the wind. They'll wait for the wind, and they'll be swarmed away. They'll follow the wind. This is very good because it's very smart of them, because they will save on their energy until they get to the next vegetation. See? I don't know. We human beings need to learn something from these locusts. So what happens with the wind is that the wind always moves to low pressure regions. And when the wind moves to low pressure regions, it's where the wind meets the rain. And when the wind meets the rain, the vegetation sprouts. Do you see the trick? So when they're in the wind, they know that wherever the wind is going is where there's more food. That's the trick of the locust. So whoever is combating the locust, I think you need to know, follow the wind. If you're going to use the pesticides and whatever you're using to combat these locusts, follow the wind, because the locusts themselves are simply following the wind. So in East Africa, we have the issue of insecurity. So countries do not feel like they want to work together against the locusts, but they actually do need to work together, because you need to regroup when you're dealing with locusts. It's a strategy of regroup, and combat together, because these insects at the end of the day are transboundary pests, and they'll move from one place to another, and they will leave nothing. I mean nothing, and I'm not even joking about they'll leave nothing in their path. So apparently, people, you need to know, when life gives you lemon, you can always take a tequila shot. And you're a Christian, make some lemonade. So in Somali, people have decided that instead of just sitting back and crying about the locust, and as the locust eat everything that should be consumed by us human beings, they've taken up to cooking the locust. They're frying them and having them with rice. I don't know how they taste, but has someone tried in Kenya? I don't know. If you do get to try, do tell me how they actually do taste. So what can console us about locusts is the fact that locusts are a spectacle in the planet Earth. They are rare, and their plagues are the locust plagues are rare. That's what you need to know. And they do not last. That's the other good part, because once they're done, when there's nothing to eat, they'll move on. So what was once the roar of locust wings beating in the wind will eventually turn into just the sound of the desert wind swaying by. So these will pass East Africa, these will pass Kenya, these will pass Eastern Africa. Now you need to work together, because the locusts have no mercy. They will eat, and the more they get to it, because in Eastern Africa we are rich, we're very beautiful, they will eat, and the more they have to eat, the more they will lay eggs, and the more eggs they lay, the eggs will hatch. In 4 weeks, these locust hoppers will become adult hoppers, and the cycle will go on and on. So I, Elysian, the voice of Mother Nature, ask East Africa to come together and combat the locust invasion with the strategy of understanding the fact that they follow the wind. So as you spray the pesticides, follow the wind, and let us know that it's just for a while, and it's actually a blessing, because it's a rare spectacle. Till the next time, this is Elysian. Adios, amigo. Bye.